Hey, it's Linda. I know it's kind of a weird hour, kind of late to be doing a video here, but if you're like me, it is getting toward the end of the year and trying to figure out what your New Year's resolution is going to be. I'm ready now. I'm going to quit this behavior. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to, there was a time I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to get my act together. I'm going to get organized. I don't know what your goals are, but I wanted to share with you a few of the things that I am going to do this year and how I am going to try to leave 2020 behind in this pandemic nightmare that we've had and move into 2021. So if you're someone that is looking toward the future, wanting to make some changes, please listen up. If you're not able to comment on this, then just hang on till I'm done. You'll be able to comment, but some people on Facebook may not be able to comment right now, but you'll get a chance to, or you can hop on my YouTube channel and do that. The first thing, there's 5 things that I am focusing on, and I learned some of them from the Daniel Plan by Rick Warren. Has done just a marvelous job of putting together this Daniel Plan along with Dr. Daniel Amen and with Dr. Hyman as well, and they put this whole program together that really helped. But another person that has really influenced me in this last year is a gal by the name of Sunny Lenarduzzi. And she is just such a spark plug and such an inspiration to me. And she just did a thing tonight. I am on her YouTube channel. And if you are getting any value and you happen to be on YouTube, then give me a thumbs up and hit that little bell on the right hand side after you subscribe, and then you get notifications of any of my new videos. But Sunny puts, what she does every year is she writes a letter to herself in the next year. So like today, she just read her letter that she wrote herself last year, and she read it today to see if she had fulfilled some of those dreams and visions that she had for herself for the coming year. It's kind of a goal setting thing, but a little bit different. But for her, for me, looking at what am I hoping to look back at in 2021 in December, looking back on what 2021 is going to look like for me. And then what she does at the end of the year is actually burn those goals and starts fresh. So that's really what we need to do, is to start fresh. And the 5 areas that I am going to work on with my husband, we just had a little 24-hour getaway in a wonderful little local resort with 75% off, and got this unbelievable suite that they gave us. It was just so nice that they did that. But we just were able to get away, and what do we want to do? What does God want us to do this year? So one of the things that we need to be looking at is faith. Faith. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, which is where my hope comes from and my faith comes from, is that whatever it is that you're going to set out to do in 2021, you can do it through Christ because he'll strengthen you. So if you're going to quit drinking in 2021, if you're going to quit using drugs, if you're going to start eating healthy, if you're going to start exercising, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. If you don't know him, if you don't know anything about Jesus, if you never thought there was any spiritual connectedness or whatever, get a hold of me. Connect with me, and I will introduce you to what he has done for me. 44 years that I've been clean, 24 years sober, and I've kept off 20 of the 40 pounds I lost, and I am now back on track here. So faith is where we have to start, because nothing else matters if we're not connected with God and working on a path to do what he created us to do. Nothing else matters anyway. So the other thing we need to remember is that fitness. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? Therefore, honor God with your bodies. And this is in Corinthians. And what this for me is, I can't do anything to help you or anyone else or myself or my family if I'm not healthy, if I'm not alive. I need to be focused on taking care of myself and taking care of my body. So that's an important thing. In order to do that, I have to know what food to eat. From Daniel, the book of Daniel, but Daniel made up his mind that he would not defile himself with the king's choice food or with the wine which he drank. So this whole book that called the Daniel Plan, written by Rick Warren and these doctors who helped him put together this whole thing, was kind of foundational on the book of Daniel and how Daniel's men, they ate basically a vegetarian diet, and they didn't participate in all the big shindigs and the wine. And so it was about being stronger than the king's army by eating the kind of food that God would intend for us to eat. So they lay all that out there in this Daniel plan, which we're kind of going to follow in my course that I'm starting on January 1st, the Hope for Sobriety. And sobriety is defined not just in alcohol and drugs. It is about sobriety from the wrong food, sobriety from being lazy, sobriety from whatever, however you want to define it. For me, this food thing is going to be my number one of my priorities this year. So we've got the food, the fitness, we're going to work on that. In order to do that, we have to have focus. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. This is all about thinking. It's a thinking problem that we have. We don't live the way that we want to live or that we know we should live because we've got a thinking problem. And what is that thinking problem? The thinking problem is, oh, I really want that piece of pizza. It would taste so good, right? Right? Is that not the problem? Is that we want what we want when we want it? And so we contemplate on how good would that taste? Oh, a glass of wine would be so good with dinner. Oh, I had a friend who used to imagine the clinking of the ice cubes in his glass of bourbon. And that was his trigger. The thought of those clinking ice cubes in that glass of bourbon would trip him to go and buy a bottle every single time. We got to get control of our thoughts. So back to the faith. And how do we pull all of this together? We do it with friends. Ecclesiastes says, 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. God did not create us to be alone. He created us to help each other, to be all a part of one big happy family. And yes, in this day and age, we aren't doing very well with that. We've got such opposing views of politically, and, religions are all different. But you know what? We can overcome together. We can work this thing out together. And I'm so grateful that my husband is on board with this right now, willing to move forward in trying to develop a new lifestyle for us. We're in our later 60s, closer to 70 than we are 60. That's hard to imagine that I'm closer to 70 than 60. But you know what? I still feel good. I still am really healthy. I don't feel like I look or feel 70 or close to that. And I want to feel younger next year than I feel now. That's one of my things, is looking and feeling better at the end of 2021 than I feel right now. So it's all about decision making. It's all about getting in touch with who we were put on this earth to be and doing what we were created to do. That's what I'm on this earth for, is to help you and anyone who wants to travel along with me on that road. That's why I've created all kinds of freebies that you can go to my website and get. That's why I wrote the book, behind me here. Speak to me, God, I'm listening. And if you haven't been listening, you can pop onto Facebook and check all those out, or go to my website, which is, let me put that on here, Linda at lindalarsenschlitz.com. I have to go to, oh my goodness, got to find it on here. Here's my book. You can order it, Speak to Me, God, I Am Listening. It's on Amazon. So you just go to Amazon, Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening, or type in my name. You'll be able to find it. Those would be one way to get to it. Or you can just go to my website, which is my name, lindalarsenschlitz.com. I'm doing every 12 weeks, as the Lord leads and as people sign up, I'm going to be doing my new course. It's a 12-week intensive course. In the 12-step program, a lot of people will say, you got to do 90 meetings in 90 days in order to develop the habit. Some people would say, do something for 30 days and it'll be considered a habit. Not for me. Not for people who are chronic alcoholics, drug addicts, or foodaholics. 30 days isn't enough. You can fake it till you make it for 30 days. But 90 days, that's a little bit harder to fake it for 90 days. At least think of this. If you can give 90 days, 12 weeks, 3 months to considering a lifestyle that might be better, just do it for that amount of time, and it'll give you a chance to at least feel whether or not this is a good fit for you, whether or not staying clean and sober, getting, eating healthy and exercising is going to work for you. You don't have to do it for the rest of your life. If you don't want to do it after 90 days, then fine. Go back, like they say sometimes in the program, go back to your misery. We will reimburse you. That's fine. Just give us 90 days and see what happens. So that's what I'm asking. If you're interested in a transformation, in changing, in having people help you to make that change, please get in touch with me. I offer you a free consultation, a free coaching session. We can talk about where you want to go, what you want your life to look like for this next year, and whether or not taking my course is a good fit, or whether or not just spending some time or coming to our support group meetings on Saturday mornings, which are free. Lots of free stuff. Not on here to sell you a whole bunch of stuff. I'm here to help you. If you want help, I am here to try to help you. And through that, we help each other, because that's what I'm on this earth for. So whatever your plan is, if you don't have one yet, you need help making one, let me know. Let's work on this together, but figure it out before January 1st, because the course is closing on January 1st. I'm not going to, I'm going to take my little group of people, whoever is in that, and it's not going to be a big group. I've already got a few people. I don't want more than 10 or 15 people at the most. I've got about 5 slots left open. So if you're interested, go to my website, lindalarsenschlitz.com, and sign up on the Hope for Sobriety course. Sign up for that, and let's check it out, and at least meet with me. We'll see if it's going to be a good fit, and let's go from there. If you're watching this sometime after that, just get in touch with me. Let's figure it out. If you're watching this, you're supposed to be in touch with me. Talk to me on the phone. Watch on a video. Let's do it. My prayers are with you. Wherever you are, my prayers are with you. God bless.